It's Chris Jenkins with your Carolina Panthers weekly recap. Yes, I know they haven't had a full week yet, but it's Sunday. I always think about it as the end of the week. But these Carolina Panthers have had 2 non-padded practices, and today they completed their second of padded practices. And I'll start off by giving you guys an injury update. The most important one being Coney Ely has entered the concussion protocol after a hit that he suffered Saturday night after practice. He has entered that, so I'm sure they'll take his time with that because it's preseason. There's a long way to go, and this team is, of course, thinking about the Super Bowl in the big picture. So that's it for the injury update. Also, let's talk about Cam Newton. He entered the training camp saying that he specifically did not want to throw interceptions to 2 people. That would have been one, Thomas Davis, and the second person being Luke Kuechly. And he has come true to that, not throwing any interceptions to those guys, but Shaq Thompson is benefiting from Cam's trying to avoid the other guys. Shaq Thompson has had 2 interceptions on back-to-back days with Cam Newton, and even had a forced fumble by Mike Tober. So Shaq, we knew he'd be pretty good with the high draft pick last year. He's doing pretty good picking up where he left off last year. So, I mean, it's exciting to see all the development that we're having on the defensive side of this team. We'll talk about the offensive side shortly, but that defensive side is looking really good, really a lot of depth, which is crucial for a long season and guys getting injured to have the next man up mentality and that next guy being a solid player. Wide receiver battle is something that I'm watching very, very closely this training camp season. So far, I haven't seen a lot. Benjamin and Funches are looking by far the top notch of this group this year. The other guys, Kiaris Garrett has a lot of potential. He was the undrafted guy leading NCAA in receiving yards. Hasn't been able to take advantage of that. He's had a drop so far this training camp. And Ted Ginn is surprisingly having some struggles with dropping a pass, also dropping a kickoff return. I got faith that Ted's going to get it together. It's kind of, if you've been watching this team, you know that's Ted's mojo. He's going up and down. And so far he's not having the best training camp, but I'm sure he'll pick things up. Special teams, my man Graham Gano looking pretty solid today. They had a special teams part of practice where he started at the 28 for a 28-yard field goal, went back 3 yards until he got to 48 yards. He was perfect, did not miss any of those. So it's good to see strong leg Graham Gano looking pretty sharp this training camp season. So those are all the updates I have for today. I'll continue to keep you guys updated. If you have questions for me, by far the best ways to keep in touch with me is Twitter. Everything is at Charlotte Vibe, and I'll post a lot of pictures on Instagram. So thank you guys for watching. I'll continue to bring you coverage. This is Chris Jenkins for CharlotteVibe.com.